Yo guys, so this morning Infinity Ward finally released patch 1.9 and they've added in a new multiplayer mode, Gun Game. Now most of you probably already know exactly what this is, but for those who've been living under a rock, it's a game mode where you work your way through 18 different weapons, and once you score a kill with each, you move on to the next one. The weapon categories are always the same, and I've put them on screen for you guys, so you'll always start off with a pistol, then move on to a shotgun, SMG, and so on and so forth. But which weapon category and what attachments it'll have will be totally random, so you could end up with a shotgun and a really high powered zoom scope, for example, which I find quite funny. All in all, it's a nice breath of fresh air, a little bit more casual and nice to not have to go up against the M4, AK and 725 meter that we all know and hate. Additionally, they've added another playlist called Realism Mosh Pit that includes Domination, Hardpoint, Headquarters and Kill Confirmed. So Realism mode, that's where you have no HUD and there is an increased headshot multiplier. But there are still no options to veto map selections yet, nor have Infinity Ward commented on that as far as I know. When it comes to game balance, they've continued to tweak the footstep sounds by adjusting the volume and sound type played for crouch walk and walking whilst aiming down sights, and the SCAR has had its aim down sight time reduced to make it a bit more competitive with the other assault rifles. Although in the patch notes they said they'd increased it, but I think that was just a typo. I think you guys will agree that the SCAR seems far from OP at the moment. The IFVs have also had their turrets damage radius and damage nerfed, so that should please infantry players who enjoy ground war. Then they've introduced the 3-star rating system that they use in the trials to the classic operations. So based on how quickly you finish those, you'll get 1 to 3 stars and a bunch of XP in accordance with that. Although I never really played the special operations anyway, for me, multiplayer is where it's at. Other than that, there were a ton of various fixes for the game, so I'll link the Reddit post with all of those down below if you want to check that out. But otherwise, I'm going to leave it here, guys. I'll leave the rest of this gameplay on so you can see how this game match of a gun game pans out. Have a good one, and I'll see you all in the next one. Cheers.